Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. So glad you're here today for our talk on ketosis. I'm Michelle Query, your health and life coach, and I use ketosis during times in my cycle that thrive with lower carbohydrates. And many of you have asked about troubleshooting some common challenges that happen when you're trying keto. So let's start with plateaus. This is often when someone decides that keto is not working for them, right? So when you hit a plateau, it can feel like watching a suspense movie, right? You're waiting for the next big thing, but it's not happening, right? You keep stepping on the scale thinking, okay, I should be another pound down. But plateaus in ketosis are quite normal. Our bodies are smart and they adapt. It's all fine. And we have some things you can do to try to help. So the first thing you might want to do is ensure you are tracking. Sometimes our food sneaks in a few extra carbs. So when you're keeping a food diary and tracking your macros, it's kind of like your keto GPS, right? It kind of shows you the path you're taking and it'll show you when you are going up too high in your carbohydrates or even sometimes your protein. And of course, this is, what are you using keto for, right? If you're using it to lose weight, then oftentimes tracking will show you where your macros are kind of getting out of balance. The next thing is to kind of shake up your routine. Our bodies love routine, but they also enjoy a good surprise party, right? So mix up your meals or try to add in some intermittent fasting or switch up your exercise routine. Kind of keep your body guessing. Our bodies will adapt to the routines that we give it. And then they kind of get into this set stasis that it wants to stay in. It likes to be comfortable. It gets comfortable and you need to change it up sometimes. And also, if you're plateauing, especially if you're getting like some emotional, things happening at the same time, remember that you need to be adding in some healthy carbs during your luteal phase. So kind of, stop keto or increase your carbs to the highest level during your luteal phase. Your body needs the carbs because that's what it likes to use for the production of progesterone. So, what people typically say is like 30 grams or something of carbs when you're on keto. That's not going to cut it during your luteal phase. You need a little bit more. The next challenge that a lot of people have with keto is carb cravings. Excuse me. So carbs can be very tempting, right? Like the puppy wagging his tail and you want to go pet it. But guess what? We've got strategies to kick those cravings to the curb. So first is to have healthy snacks available, keto-friendly snacks, so that when you do have a craving, that you have something that will be keto-friendly that would help. Nuts, seeds, dark chocolate. And, dark chocolate, we're saying something like, 70% or higher, because you will get sugar when you're eating dark chocolate. So that does, have an impact unless you're getting, say, a keto chocolate that has a different sweetener that doesn't have the same insulin impacts. Next is to stay hydrated. Sometimes your body confuses thirst with hungry. So, keep a water bottle, drink up. It's like giving your body a refreshing hug from the inside when you hydrate. So make sure that you're hydrating. And when you feel hunger, when you're, doing a keto diet, but there's not something that you're wanting to eat right then, or had planned to eat right then have a drink of water first and then, sit with it for 10 minutes. Usually that craving will go away, especially if it's more of an emotional craving instead of actual body hunger craving. And remember, again, during the luteal phase and sometimes the follicular phase, you may need some carbs to increase your progesterone levels. So if you end up hangry, very hungry and angry about it at the same time, then consider maybe adding in a serving of complex carbs during that phase. And that is probably all that is necessary, is one additional serving of complex carbs that take a slower time to digest. So kind of look at that as an option during that phase. The next challenge we are going to discuss is emotional connection, right? Ketosis isn't just about food, it's also about your mind. So emotional challenges can throw a curveball. So, you want to be mindful when you're eating. You want to slow down and savor every bite. Mindful eating really helps you to appreciate your food and to start to recognize when you're full. So when you've been doing keto for a while, then you've not had sugars, not had a lot of added things that end up messing with your digestive system and messing with your hormones. So then you will start to have actual hunger and full signals again, and not just mentally think that you need to eat at certain times or out of habit. Next is self-reflection. Keep a journal and note your progress. Write down any setbacks, any feelings, and that goes along with tracking, so that you're also seeing what you're eating at the same time. Because there's a lot of things that people end up having some kind of intolerances to as well. So it's like when you write those things down, you start to understand what foods are maybe causing those things. And journaling is like really just having a heart-to-heart with yourself. Again, remember, during your luteal phase, you'll be more emotional, especially if you're not providing your body with the carbs it needs for hormone production. It's like it's given such a bad rep, right? It's PMS. It's actually that you're not giving your body what you need. So this is not a time to raid the pantry. It's more of adding in, again, one more serving of complex carbs to provide you with what you need. I recommend not being on keto during your luteal phase, but if you choose to, just make sure that you're providing your body with what it needs. You can still keep your carbs lower, but kind of go above 50 grams, maybe even up to 100 grams, to provide your body what it needs. And you'll feel so much better. And it's kind of helpful to know that when you crave carbs during that time, it's because your body needs it. So then there's no guilt or failure associated with you having another serving of carbs during that time. Remember, life's a journey, and so is keto, right? Embrace the challenge, celebrate your victories, and don't be hard on yourself. You're making incredible strides towards a healthier you. So that's our troubleshooting for today on ketosis. So if you're facing any challenges, you're not alone. Drop your questions or comments in below, or email them to me. And until next time, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.